What's up, Cairo Sushi family? We are 36 days away from summer camp, and we couldn't do it without the help of partners like Fortis Payments, who we're featuring all week here on Cairo Sushi and our sister and brother partners across Facebook and other channels on social media. Now, I've been very impressed with John and Fortis for a while, but something blew my mind the other day when he said, and we do funding, because we got our man Rick here, who we're going to talk about from Fortis. Rick, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
You know, man, when we get to summer camp, we make no bones about it because we're pro sales, and we know that things they start at the stage, but they don't end there. And so there's going to be a lot of great programs that people can purchase. Some of them are going to cost some money, including our very own $1 billion mission, which right now chiropractors are going, look, I don't have $10,000. They're looking at funding options. Tell me about Fortis and funding and what you guys have in store for these docs.
Sure. So let me back up a step. What we found is, even outside of chiropractic, that within the merchant services space, regular credit card processing, that at times some of our merchants were being kind of swayed away from us because they were taking funding from some of these funding companies that offered that program, and they were requiring them to switch just to get the funding. So it was kind of like a 1-2 punch, right? Like, we'll give you this money, but we're going to capture your credit card processing.
Of course.
And so what we decided was, as another feather in our cap, to sort of offer this service as well, so that they could stay with us for the credit card processing and the merchant services and the one-time payments and recurring payments and all that good stuff. But then also that we could provide this funding based on collections, not on credit score and tax returns and things of that nature, and that way we could keep them in-house and provide that service for them as well.
And we know many chiropractors don't like filing taxes because they're rebels, so that works out really great. No, just joking.
Well, yeah. So, the way that it works basically is this is for already existing offices. I wish we had a startup program, but we don't. If in the future we have that, that would be great. But this is based on past sales. So essentially what we do is we work with offices that have been in business at least 1 year or real close to a year. And all we get is the last 4 months of their bank statements.
Yep.
And one very easy, short application: tax ID number, time in business, name in the business, address, that kind of thing. And we submit it to underwriting for an approval, which takes about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Generally, offices are eligible for about 1 to 2 times, sometimes as much as 3 times, their average monthly collections.
Okay.
So this can be based on credit card processing and how much they're collecting through their swiping. But then also, maybe they're accepting a lot of insurance and some checks and cash, and it isn't necessarily just off of their credit card volume, but it's just off of their gross deposits. So looking at those bank statements is really what determines how much, and what everybody wants to know, right? What is the rate? What is the rate on this type of loan?
Yeah, some of these I've seen funding options out there that are like, I see 99% interest rates now.
Yeah, so let's talk about that right off the rip, right? Because that's what the viewers want to know. It really depends on the health, kind of ironic, right? The health of the bank statements. So underwriters are looking at businesses that are looking for the money, like for a program like yours, for equipment. I just got some funding, about $40,000 for a doc that needed an X-ray machine. He needed an X-ray machine. So, what does that do for the business? So when we're thinking about rates, there's sort of this parallel path about, well, what is the money doing for you? Does it help you to make more money? Is it a Band-Aid? It might be. Are you paying off debts? What's the rate on that? So there's a lot of internal decisions and math that has to be done there when qualifying, because this is more expensive than a bank, Tristan. It's not going to be competitive with an SBA loan.
Right.
Those kind of things, they want 2 years of tax returns, a phenomenal credit score, a lien on your house, and an ounce of blood in order to give you a loan. This is just short-term working capital for a program.
And I love it because it's looking at the real numbers, which is what you're actually producing. Which I've always said when I started first couple of my businesses, I remember them asking for tax returns. I'm going, my goal is to show. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm Trump. My goal is to not show I'm making money with my taxes, right? Like
exactly. So
they're like, what's your P&L? I'm like, I show losses.
Yeah. So there's actually, much like their equity being in a house, there's equity in the likelihood that the collections will continue. So if we look at, Dr. John's collections, and the last 4 months he's collecting at least 15,000. I'd like to mention that there is a minimum. They want to see at least 10 to 15,000 of gross deposits. That if it's gone the last 4 months and they've been in business a year or more, that it's likely that it's going to continue.
Yeah.
So with that probability, there's equity in the probability of future receivables. I know that sounds kind of fancy, right? Future receivables and things like that. But essentially what this is a version of equity in their receivables, and they can sell them at a discount. So they're essentially agreeing to sell future sales received at a lower price. So rate-wise, I compare it to that of credit cards. It really depends on which credit card, right? There's a lot of different rates in credit cards, but we have no application fee and there's no obligation.
Yeah.
So I tell docs all the time, look, download and attach 4 bank statements, fill out this quick form and send it back. I'll let you know what you get approved for. If it seems like something that's going to make sense for you, then you can pull the trigger on it. They'll ask, well, how long is this offer good for? And it's as long as they're still in business. And we can always just update their file and get an updated bank statement. If they hold off for 30 or 60 or 90 days or whatever it is, we just update the bank statements, show what they look like, and go from there. There have even been times where someone had a tough month and we kind of want that month to fall off.
Yeah.
So we'll wait until the next month because they've been sort of on an upward trajectory. We won't use that month and we'll show kind of some more healthier months and get them a better approval.
This is awesome, man, because like it's especially for chiropractors, like you said, x-rays, tables, programs like $1 Billion Mission. I think this is perfect for someone who's looking for, they know they're going to get a high ROI with whatever they're investing. If they're investing in x-rays, like our boys over at 2020 Imaging, you're going to be helping to sell your programs better. You're going to be communicating chiropractic better. You're having an instant return on this. And it's so hard, we're hearing out there today, for chiropractors to get those loans. It's hard for most small business owners, but chiropractors, because of the, some of the limitations on the colleges and the issues that they've had, this is a really great thing you guys are doing. I'm really grateful for this.
Great thing you're doing. I'm really grateful for this. Yeah, we're happy to give back. When I met Jonathan McAleese and Matt McAleese, it really changed my life. I'm see chiropractors. I'm under care and love helping. So I'm happy to bring this program, be very clear about what the rates look like, and offer all kinds of different options once we get the approval to work with them and say, how we can tweak this and make it best fit for their cash flow, and any way that we can customize this so that it's as helpful as possible. Lots of people really like that. They say, I don't even really feel it. The payments come out of my credit card processing or a small payment until this is paid back. So it works out great.
It's beautiful, man. Rick, if someone wanted to reach out to you, find out, we have the actual chiropractor.fortispayments.com link above and on the overlay. But if someone wanted to reach out to you, is there a best email address or anything for you?
Yeah, really the best way to reach us for anything credit card processing or funding is Chiro@fortispay.com.
Chiro@fortispay.com. Guys, this is a game changer and just another piece to the puzzle that Fortis is solving and being more than just a merchant processor, a complete one-stop shop platform for you guys, supporting chiropractic, born in chiropractic, and now helping you to grow and scale your businesses with different opportunities. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, John, if you're out there, Nicole. And we're going to be talking more this week with some Fortis payment clients and an actual CA who's using Fortis and see how they're liking it from their perspective this week. I want to thank you guys for supporting summer camp. We'll be seeing you guys there in 36 days. Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Talk to you.